Hello there and welcome back. It has most definitely been a while since my last upload, and I decided to just put something out before I start with year-end videos, which I have a lot planned for that, so please stay tuned. This was actually quite hard to put together, and if I'm being honest now I'm not sure, but it's alright. I'll be excluding all intros, outros and interludes, but we all know interlude passed to present as Song of the Year.
So, here we go.
I can do this all night. Back it up, yeah. Girl, you're just my time.
Look, I gotta be respectful here. Decisions had to be made. It was either sweet tooth, I eat all of the skittle, or no matter what they say, no matter what they do, we gonna resonate. I just can't seriously listen to this song. And whenever I do, it's as if I'm doing it just because it's hilarious. I still know all the lyrics though, so don't get me wrong here. Oreo marshmallow with the sprinkles over. I actually listen to Resonance a lot, and it's not a bad song as much as I would like to convince myself it may be. But just because it's a mashup of all the other songs, I thought it should be lower on the list just for ranking reasons. But I listen to it a lot, so don't worry. The high note stays fresh in my mind daily. This sadly makes it onto the small list of the NCT songs I skip each time, joining Chain Korean version and Cherry Bomb English version. I live to hear the mix of languages in the song, and the purpose of the song low-key gets defeated when it's just all Korean. But since it's from home, I have some respect for it. Look, I have one thing to say, and that thing is, thank you. Another day worshipping our King Renjun. Never disappointed. Alright, so aside from Renjun saving the entire world with that one verse, let's talk about the rest of the song. I always personally have liked the song, especially when the I'ma Wake You Up part. From what I noticed, not a lot of people enjoyed Raise the Roof, but I really liked it, so
Work it. What you gonna do with
this is another song that didn't do too well, I guess. It took a few listens, but I really liked it afterwards. It was really different from something we normally hear, and I liked the change. The music video isn't really my favorite thing in the world, but the song makes up for it. What I really liked about Work It was how many key points it had and how well it flowed together. It didn't sound like a mashup of 2 or 3 different songs, which SM tends to do a lot, and it continued with the concept from start to finish.
Dancing in the rain, drip drop, 우린 다 젖어도. Walking out.
Dancing in the Rain was the first song to really catch my attention when listening through the album. The lineup for this track was almost perfect. Each member brought something new to the song and added to it. Along with that, Jaehyun out here being a musical genius and wrote the lyrics. But anyways, I want to take a moment to point out Zhao Jun's lines in this song because they are by far my favorite parts. Those and any lines Chen Law got. Chef's kiss.
I'm a misfit, 만나핏 자체가 없지 숨이 턱턱 막힌 옷을 입은 느낌 지겹지 고민 없이 그냥 grip it.
I didn't really enjoy Misfit too much, and it took me around 2 weeks to actually love it. Misfit was a very traditional Western hip-hop song which isn't really my style of music, but it was a good change. It was a song to grow on me, and now I enjoy listening to it. I really loved how each member got their own solo part within the song, and each one was really memorable. It took me a while to get used to Misfit, but I'm glad I can freely listen to it now. Light Bulb is not short from an incredible song. It was so simplistic and not made of much, which really conveyed the emotions in the song, and Do Young and Koon's vocals complemented the raps well. It's not one of my most favorite tracks, but musically itself is a great song. Light Bulb was originally written to Taeyong and Do Young, but the addition of Koon and Sungchan really completed the song. I am such a fan of the raps. They add such a great sentimental value to the track that it would have lacked if it had just been vocalists. What more can be expected from yesterday's cousin, right? 90s love threw me off at the start. I don't think anyone expected them to go for a hockey concept, but it makes complete sense now. There have been a lot of retro concepts in 2020 and NCT managed to pull it off in such a unique way. It's different and nice to see. It wasn't the same retro concept that's been done over and over again. They had a concept and stuck to it. They didn't try to make this a newer version or a modern take on a 90s song. Of course it is modernized in ways, but it is highly influenced, and if you told me this was produced in that time, I might very well believe you, which is the exact reason as to why it's set apart from other groups' take on this retro concept.
모든 게 다 꿈이었나 봐. 너와 눈을 맞출 때 또다시 행복했는데.
I was really fond of All About You and I Owe You, which you will see further in the video. They were my most anticipated tracks from the highlight medley and for sure are some of my favorites. When Jaehyun started off the song I was already dead so, but aside from that the chorus is super catchy and I love the changes throughout the song. Chenlo sounded extra good in his first chorus and it's by far my favorite part in the song. Now thinking of it, All About You reminds me a lot of Love Me Now and even Not Alone, so maybe there was a bit of familiarity between the tracks. Not how I've been staying for so long I got to see Boss have a kid, because that is exactly the song Volcano is. When they gonna be a unit, because the proof and songs are there. Not gonna lie, it took me a while to fully get into this song. But now I am, and that's all we need to focus on. Yeah, alright, so Volcano. Now I'm not gonna go into the lyrics or anything, but the power this song holds is out of this world. I was such a huge fan of Boss. Well, who isn't? And the one thing I wanted in life, to have a Boss unit come back, and here we are. I can't now live my life peaceful again.
We can go on and
If you saw my video previous to this one, you would know that Music Dance and I had a bit of a rough start. Could have been better. However, I now can't go a week without playing it at least once. Noise music at its finest. It's an experience once you embrace it, to be honest. Alright, but let me just say this one thing. When Haechan got in on that chorus,
hey, you're the star. 네 방식대로 맘대로 잡아. Hey, get no.
just that part on loop. Thank you.
똥꼬 얼어버린 골목을 돌아 오르막 내리막 너에게 가.
Same thing with All About You. Chenlo's vocals might just be the reason I listen to this so much. I cannot get over how he sounds in this track. It was literally made for him. That and the little rap verse Ji-sung and Shotaro had, because the moment I listened to that I was gone. But yeah, I Owe You is such a fun song and it's really refreshing to listen to.
I can do this all day. Back it up, back it up. So till I hit the line.
Make a Wish was such a good release. I am actually surprised how high it made it on the list, since I truly didn't have much faith in how it would grow on me. I predicted that it might get old, but nope. We're still thriving over here. If anything, it gets better each time I listen to it. The chorus might be one of my favorite parts in the song, specifically because of how intriguing it is. Once the instrumental cuts out and it's simply just the member's voice.
I can do this all day.
Shivers. As if they are putting you in a trance for a solid 19 seconds. Probably hypnotization. Who knows? Where do I even start with Nectar? Actually, I wasn't too big on Nectar when the album was released. Maybe 3 days after I got hooked on it. It is for sure a wavy song. However, this really reminded me of something NCT would put out for NCTU. Not exactly sure why, but it just gave me that feel towards it in general. And we already know that NCTU always release the best music, so it speaks for itself. Hoping every day for that Nectar stage. Waiting patiently over her SM. 7 Dream comeback song. Literally all I have to say. That's my reasoning. Next. Okay, even though I'd love to leave it at that, I'm not going to, because I want to maximize the length of this video to what I can. Honestly, the moment Haechan started off the song, I was already hooked. This was a great refresher to Dream's music. It was fun but also had darker rap pieces in it, much like Don't Need Your Love or We Go Up. Truthfully, I was worried that Dream wasn't going to go back to this kind of sound, since darker concepts seem to be popular nowadays, and with their recent comebacks it seemed that's where they were headed. However, Deja Vu managed to reverse that. Overall, it's such a fun song and it was a great reassurance knowing Dream will continue to be versatile in their music. So yeah, we happy. I actually never expected a song from part 2 to be this high on the list, since I like to give myself a lot of time when actually ranking songs, and just naturally songs released later aren't as high, but my everything obviously changed that. 3 vocalists from their respective units coming together in one song. It was bound to be good. We haven't actually had any one of these 3 on one track together, so it was different, and it turned out that they work really well together. Further into the list, it is quite apparent of how much I enjoy ballads and overall softer songs, so that probably explains why it's ranked so high. Even before the album was released, I was super intrigued by From Home, mainly because it was the second track to be promoted and the title threw me off completely. NCT's title tracks are very similar in a way, very strict to the standard of a K-pop title track, and I couldn't stop wondering of how From Home would ultimately sound. Originally, I wasn't going to take a listen until the music video released, however we all know I don't have that patience, so I played it, and to sum it up, I had it on loop all day long. The song itself is amazing. It's a solid ballad which NCT are great at, but the one thing that instantly caught my attention was the use of languages. At first I was quite confused and had to go back to figure out if I actually heard Chenlo singing in Chinese or not, and that leading to the meaning of the song tied into the group itself. From Home without a doubt deserves to be high on the list. It's already well known that NCT's strong suit is R&B ballad, and Faded in My Last Song is all that and more. Faded in My Last Song of the Year, and I don't take no as an answer. Okay, anyways, so Faded in My Last Song was an awakening and I am glad to see it's getting the recognition it deserves. Could it have been a Haechan solo? Absolutely, but I take what I can get. I have played this song a total of 62 times according to Apple Music, and it still goes as hard as it did first listen. The intro of Just the Piano is almost mysterious in a way, and it instantly grabs your attention the moment the song starts. Faded in My Last Song is filled with harmonizations. Yes, I'm most definitely talking about Runjoon and Haechan's. And it just never gets old, and I can confidently say it's one of my favorite NCT songs ever released. It is finally the end of this long ranking. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I had a really fun time putting it together. Please let me know in the comments your rankings. I would love to see them all. Thank you so much for watching and goodbye.
Let me see your heart. Yeah, we are dreaming.